Hi guys, first of all I apologise if I'm not really with it in this video. I'm a bit ill, I just come home from college, but I wanted to do this video before I forgot everything. So, another recap of Vampire Diaries, episode 3 of season 4, called The Rager. Is it The Rager? Yeah, The Rager. And yeah, I'm just gonna do my reactions to it. First of all, if any of you have watched my other ones, then you'll know that I wasn't impressed by the first episode, but last episode by far was one of the best, and one of the best filler episodes that Vampire Diaries has ever had. I was very, very pleased with how it turned out, so I was enthusiastic about this one. So yeah, I was excited about this one, and it was good. It was definitely good. I mean, it's not the best episode in the world, but I still very much enjoyed it. I think there have been a lot of new dynamics in there. Seeing Elena as a vampire, she's starting to show her wild side, and I really, really like that because it just shows how much more she's suited to Damon now. I mean, I shipped them when she was human, but Vampire Elena and Damon is just perfect. I mean, they just go so well together, and I love it. I'm just trying to sort of think where it started. We started with mainly the whole little Todd Williams bit. Todd Williams playing Connor. The whole Connor thing. I do like him. I do think he's a very interesting character. And I'd like to know more. I mean, he doesn't know about himself by the sound of things, but I would definitely like to know more about him. We have him, reading through different things. We've had him with, sorry, that's my phone in case you're wondering. We had the opening thing with Tyler being in the hospital and seeing Todd and blah blah blah. Takes the werewolf venom out of Tyler, so he basically has vampire poison to do with as he wishes, which he does. So yeah, that's what he does. And he goes to... Oh, sorry, I'm really not with it. I do like Connor. I don't really... He's a kind of addictive by seemingly, but so was Damon. Sorry. And I think he will be an interesting character to watch. I really like the whole tattoo thing where Jeremy can see it and he can't. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to remember how everything... what order everything happened in. Which is a little bit difficult when you're really out of it. Definitely liked the scene with Damon and Stefan. Damon saying he wasn't wanted anymore, so he was going to leave Mystic Falls, which you knew he wasn't, but if he was, I would have shouted at the screen very much and such. I definitely think that Damon is... I mean, he's completely correct in what he's saying, and now Stefan's saying, oh, Elena's turned, everything's changing. But it hasn't. I mean, he's true, she helped him, he helped him, and she's still broken his heart. But he knows there's still... He won't leave, he'll never leave Elena. He wants Elena to be happy at the end of the day, and I don't think she'll be happy with him completely gone. I definitely liked the whole Rebecca dynamic of her slowly winding up Elena. Obviously you had the little pencil thing, and then she's trying to get her to feed, and it's not really working, but she's trying to get her to feed, and she's taunting her, and it really brings out a new side of Vampire Elena. We have her whole raging little bit, which we've not seen previously, and I definitely like that, because I did think it was a bit odd that she's just, only a few days old vampire, strolling into school, I mean, they had to have that in there. She seemed to be dealing too well with the transition. Obviously we have Caroline trying to help out too. I mean, I love Caroline and I love Carolina, I love that friendship. And yeah, we just see a whole new side of Elena. The fact that she can only keep Matt's blood down, I'm wondering what is quite going on there. I reckon there's a reason for that. There normally is behind everything that Vampire Diaries do. So I would say there is some sort of reason as to why that has happened and why it's only Matt's blood she can keep down. I would say, you know, whether it's to do with the fact that he died, that he nearly died, and I don't know really, to be honest, but I think there is something going on there, definitely. I would say the Matt and Rebecca scene, I love them. I really want them to get together. I just find it really cute. I can't see it happening, but I do find it cute. And I would really like that to develop, but obviously Matt didn't want to speak to Rebecca at all. And then there was the whole party thing. I mean, I might be skipping bits out. Or we should probably talk about Damon, actually. We should talk about my baby. Gets stuck and has to ask Meredith for help. I mean, Meredith in this one was almost like an Alaric. She understood him. She really, 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 really understood him. The way she was saying, we both know you're not leaving. I mean, she just managed to talk sense into him, really. We had the whole thing with Klaus and Damon. I loved that aspect. Oh, we need to talk about Tyler, but we'll get there in a minute. I loved the whole Damon and Klaus sort of working together. That was quite cool. And obviously they blew up the hospital. Got to do it Damon style. Damon style, it's like Gagum style, but cooler. Anyway. Sorry, I've completely lost track now because I'm just imagining being some holder doing Gangnam Style. Oh, that makes me laugh. I would say... Oh, I don't know. We need to talk about the Tyler bit, because Hayley, new character, Phoebe Tonkin, love her character. I think she's going to be very interesting, and Klaus basically inadvertently finds out that Tyler had an affair with her. Basically, you know, in the Appalachian Mountains. And straight away that gives Caroline big access. And you know that Klaus and Caroline... And I've read a spoiler by someone, I think it's Karina Mackenzie, who said that they definitely get closer, Klaus and Caroline. So I'm very, 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 very much looking forward to that, because that's going to be awesome. Yeah, that is going to be awesome. I like that. I really like Hayley, and I already shipped Tylee, whatever it is. Mainly because I wanted to ship someone with Tyler so that he can get out of the way and we can have Caroline. Let's talk about the whole Delana dynamic. The first part of the episode was all Stelena, but you can see there is starting to be issues there. Very, very slowly, and Stefan at the end admits to Caroline that he can't be what he needs to be for her. And that was just, you know. Delana scene-wise, we have two very important scenes. Well, a few very important scenes. I really liked this scene with the bourbon, where she was looking for the bourbon, but she was actually looking for the white toast steak. I just liked that because I thought it was quite cool. And I really... Obviously, Damon starts stripping, and that's always good. You know, if I get to see him half naked, then that's fine. And it froze at that point, my episode, so I was just like, yeah, freeze on Damon. Half naked. The main scene we need to talk about is the hallucination. Obviously, Elena gets all werewolf venomed, which I thought was very clever. And obviously, this is one thing I do not understand. Elena feeding off Damon was to save her. She would have starved to death. Elena feeding off Klaus was to save her life. Fine by Stefan. Elena feeding off Damon? No. Punch him. Hate him. Just one of the reasons why I do not understand how he just does my nut in. I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest in these reviews. Stefan just irritates me to hell recently. I mean, you know, I did used to fairly like him, just not with Elena. In fact, I'm a big Stefan shipper. But I'm not really, he just irritates me now. I just really dislike him. And, yeah. But, basically, the hallucinations. I mean, it's not going well for Stelena, is it? Let's face it. Sex. Throws up. Tries to have sex again after the most pointless motorcycle, scene, which just completely failed. It was so cheesy, even though it wasn't supposed to be. They had helmets, what the hell, they're vampires. And it failed entirely. personally. It was just such an anticlimax. Good idea, didn't work. Move on. I mean, even the Stelena shippers aren't like, oh, that was an amazing scene, because they know it was a piece of shit too. That sounds really mean, but like they know it wasn't that good. I also think that it's just not. Second time they try and have sex, she hallucinates it's Damon. I mean, she pushes him off and sort of realises, and then as she keeps hallucinating, we have this scene. Why am I thinking about you? As she keeps seeing it, and Damon, which is obviously she's hallucinating, says, "It's because you're." What's this? You're a vampire now, Elena, and you're more like me than you're like Stefan, and you know that deep down. And that just summed up Delena. Every Delena shipper just summed it up. That just summed it up. Elena's subconscious, she knows now. You can see it is coming in her mind, forming in her mind, and she knows that she is better suited to Damon. Stefan virtually admitted it. He didn't say she was better suited to Damon, but he said, I can't be what she needs me to be unless I become a Ripper again. Which, to be honest, I prefer him to be a Ripper, but you know. We had a little Steroline conversation, and that's quite cute. I mean, I quite ship Steroline. Like, not seriously, but I do quite ship. I'm more of a Claraline, Stefan, Delena shipper, but Steroline is quite cute. I ship Caroline with everybody apart from Damon, basically. Like, everybody possible. Like, I ship Steroline, kind of Forward, Maroline, and definitely Claraline. And more Delena scenes. There was one more where she's feeding off Matt, and she tries to kill him, basically, and he stops her, and I knew that was going to happen. Like, we knew that it would be him that stops her from her first thing. For my first little freak out, and he compels Matt to go off, which is the stupidest thing ever. I mean, is Matt not under the vein after everything? I mean, what an idiot. Like, what? Very convenient, if you ask me. And then you have this Delena scene where he promises her he's going to teach her how to be a vampire. How to have fun with it, but how to survive and how to control it. He's going to teach her what Stefan is failing to. And we've known for a long time episode 4, which is next week, was going to be the biggest Delena episode ever. And we are now a week away from it, and we got the promo. There's no doubt in my mind that Delena, there's going to be sex. There has to be, or something like that. I mean, it's supposed to be hotter than any other scene. Well, they've had a huge make-out session. They've now had blood sharing. What else can they do? I mean, it has to be sex. You've got them in their Halloween costumes. He takes her away up to this college Halloween party. They party away. He teaches her how to deal with her cravings for blood and how to still have her blood. And you just see them dancing together. And he's like, how do you feel? And she says, I want more. And they're virtually grinding against each other. I mean, this is so going to happen. And Elena's meant to admit something she's needed to do for a long time to Stefan and to herself. Who else can that be? What else can that be? It has to be I'm in love with Damon. It has to be. Next week is going to be amazing. I mean, it's half time for me here, so I get a week off, and I'm glad, because if I watched it at college, I think I'm going to physically stop breathing. My mum might be letting me stay up to watch it till 1 AM here. I just have to try not to squeal. But oh my god, I'm so excited. It's incredible. I mean, can I just say to all Stelena shippers who are supposedly fans of the show, not all Stelena shippers, but the ones that are boycotting and refusing to watch next week's episode, we have had 2.5 fucking seasons, excuse my language, of your ship, and you're refusing to watch one episode of our ship. It's our time. Simple as that. So please fuck off. No, I'm joking, but please, you're not a real fan if you're just going to stop watching it just because something you don't like happens. We wouldn't watch it at all. Delena shippers would never watch Vampire Diaries because there's so much Delena. I used to understand Stelena a bit, but now that she's a vampire, there's nothing there for me at all. I don't understand it whatsoever. I mean, I don't want to start ship wars, but that is my complete opinion, and I am really... I mean, ship wars are at a big high, but to be honest, we know what's going to happen. There is going to be Delena. Whether it will be Endgame or whether it will be for very long, but something is happening next week. Anybody that's watched that episode and the promo and is trying to say that it still won't happen, we're clearly not watching the same show. Yeah, we're not. So, a rather scrambled little recap there, but that's my reactions to it. The whole party thing was quite nice. Like, it's quite funny just seeing Elena control her rage. And then when she starts chugging the beer and then walks off, it's quite funny. Oh, sorry, the Rebecca hallucination. I thought that was real, and Rebecca hallucinated Matt, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. And then she rips out his heart. Thankfully, it was a hallucination. But yeah, April was still in it. I quite like April and Rebecca's friendship. That would be quite nice. Yeah, I think that's all I've covered. Please let me know what you think, as always. And I will do one next week. Next week I may fangirl too much, but just, you know, pre-warning. Thank you if you've carried on watching this. Sorry it's not the best, but I'm really not feeling well. I just wanted to get it all done and dusted, so yeah. But thank you for watching, and do let me know what you think. Thank you.